Does a good number always mean a good bet? And I think ultimately, Daniel, we should start with what the definition of a good number is. A good number is a good number, a number that you think is good. Carolina plus 3.5. Do you consider that good? Is that a good number? I believe, Teddy, that a good number is beating the closing line. So ultimately, if you can get the best number during that week on that particular bet, I think you're going to find that you will actually win slightly more than you lose if you play that way almost blind. And it's something Gianni talks about in great detail as well. Always try to find the best number, and ultimately that does more often than not turn into a good bet. Do you have anything to add on that?
So I have a good friend who made 11 NFL bets this last weekend, right, over the course of the spring and summer and fall. And he finished 5-6 on those bets. He ended up with a losing week. He had 2 points the best of every single number against the closing line. All right.
Wow.
It is important. Yeah, well, he's a professional bettor. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he lost week 1 with great numbers. Again, an average of 2 points better than the closer. And there were several lines where he had more than that. Betting skills are one piece of the equation. Handicapping skills are a second piece of the equation. When your betting skills and your handicapping skills go like this, you start to make money. But getting good numbers themselves, it helps, but you got to handicap the games right. And handicapping the games right helps, but you got to get good numbers. The answer is both. But does a good number automatically mean a good bet? You're going to find differences of opinion on that. There are bettors out there. The pros will say every time, that's a great bet. You beat the closer, that's a great bet. I'm not as confident in that thought process myself.
Let's go the other way, Teddy. Dallas and LA Chargers come out at 50.5 as the total. Now it's 55. Mm-hmm. If you like the over in that game, can you still bet it?
You can, but you're in a negative expectation wager.
Exactly.
I would not make that bet.
Right.
I certainly wouldn't release it for my clients. After a signal, and again, if you're talking about a half-point move or a point move and the market's still moving in that direction, you still have a chance to beat the closing number. It's not like every time the market moves, you can't make the bet anymore. But when the market has had a significant move, and now you're not seeing signs it's going to go up, now the markets are very comfortable where the number is at 55, that positive expectation bet at the opener is now a negative expectation bet at the current line. And that's why certainly as from the tout side of the equation, you never put out plays like that. I don't.
Yeah. And I want to stop and talk really quickly about that, and then we'll take a break. And that is, guys, I would say, I have a lot of friends who bet football. They don't want my opinion. They want to bet it themselves. Blah, 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 blah. No problem. Do your thing. A lot of people chase the games that they think they like. So they'll look at the game and they'll say, okay, New England against the Jets minus 3.5. I love New England. Then the line moves to 5.5, or, the Dallas game at 50.5 moves to 55. I would say more often than not, the amateur bettors will make the bet regardless. They will talk themselves into, hey, I liked it at 51. It's only one more field goal. I'm going to just still take the bet. That's where things go wrong. Getting the best number might not equate to a great bet, but getting the worst number almost always equates to a bad bet. You can still win them, but it's not a good long-term strategy. Any last thoughts, and then we'll take a break?
Yeah, look, so I do the opening line report every Monday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 o'clock on the East Coast with Drew Martin. The whole purpose of that show is talking about this is where the line is right now. This is where it's going to go. If you like this side, bet it now. If you like this total, bet it now. If you like this side, wait. If you like this total, wait. It's all about when to get your bets down. But if you're betting the NFL or college football, you better be making bets all week. It's not about, all right, let's look at the card on Friday and see where it is. It's what do we need to bet early? What are we going to bet midweek? What are we going to bet, late week? What are we going to bet right before kickoff? And a lot of times you're going to wait for a number. If you see the number, you make the bet. If you don't see the number, you don't make the bet. That happens all the time when it comes to my handicapping strategy for football.
Yeah, and that's exactly why you guys, if you are buying our plays, you've got to buy week, month, seasonal plays because, I mean, I put a play up on Monday, my 5% play in NFL. I had such a massive line move on that play that I had to pull the play down. Like, it's no longer available for anybody to purchase, yet it still counts. And I feel terrible for the customers, who can't get that play, but the line is gone, the value is away, and that's why you've got to play us long term because we're putting plays up throughout the week all the time.